this ballerina frog, with a very poofy tutu, and I loved making this tutu. It was so much fun. I just loved making, and maybe I'll make one for myself and bigger, obviously bigger, but. I want to show you everything that I made for the market that's coming up tomorrow. So I have been crocheting like crazy for like a week, because my last market that I had last week Saturday, I almost sold out. I had like 10 things left. So I had to crochet like crazy for this week's market. And I made a good amount of stuff. I have this big bag that's full. I wanted to walk you through what I made. So first thing I made are these little mushy boys. I made one in rainbow. You can see right here. This pink rainbow color. Also very pretty. Classic red with the white embroidery. 4 of these boys. And I priced them at $18 each. I always sell a bunch of chickens. And by the way, all the patterns I use are going to be listed below. So these chickens, one brown, and once when I was at a market, a girl said, hey, you should make these chickens in blue, because there's this game where they have blue chickens and everyone wants blue chickens. So I looked into it, and after that market, I'm also making blue chickens now. I'm using the Bernat blanket tweed. This is sea tweed and this is woodland tweed. 4 blue chickens. All here. Absolute bestseller are cats. And I know many people make loaf cats, but I tried that once and it didn't work for me. I don't know why, because it's like the easiest pattern ever to make. But instead, I make these cats, and they're so cute. Oh, there's some fluff on there. These are so cute. And they have little butts. Everyone loves the butts. I have 2 gray cats. One has purple eyes and one has blue eyes. I don't know if you can see that. There's one in this calico color. This is a very popular color. I think the Bernat blanket yarn color is called birch something. I'm gonna look it up and put it in the description. But I have 2 in this color, and also very popular color. This is the Bernat frosting in the color. You might hear my cat meowing. Don't mind him. Just wants attention. In the color Golden Hour. So this is Bernat blanket frosting in the color Golden Hour, I think. I'm sure. And then I have some black cats, because those also sell really well. Man, this stuff has fluff on it. So here, 2 black cat, tuxedo cats. So here are 2 tuxedos. 9 cats total, and I know they will sell out, because once I had 15 cats at a market, and they're also all sold out. This is all I could bust out in a week, so we'll make it work. And then I have this really cool snake. I gave him a little tongue, and I don't know if you can hear. It's a rattlesnake. His tail rattles. Isn't that fun? It was my boyfriend's idea. Alright, so this is the little snake I have. This octopi, whatever they're called. I have 2 of those. I have one in this pretty blue. This is the Michaels Fluffy Flex blue. And I'm using Bernat baby blanket in the color Buttercup. I'm pretty sure it's Buttercup. It's a pale yellow for the edging. So, and then I made one in black. And I use the Lion brand Dreamland Dreamland yarn for the edging. and this color is called Fairy Garden. I also have this cow. First cow I ever made. I always wanted to make a cow for a market, so I hope it's going to sell. This is cute little flattened ears, and it's baby safe because it doesn't have safety eyes. So this is a little cow that I made. Well, little, it's pretty big, isn't it? Okay, and then I also have another bestseller. So far I only made 2. Hopefully I can make more tonight before tomorrow morning when the market is. These dragon snugglers. Very okay. And then I also have another bestseller. So far I only made 2. Hopefully I can make more tonight before tomorrow morning when the market is. These dragon snugglers. Very popular pattern on Etsy. I'm going to link it down below because I cannot remember right now who this pattern is by. But these dragon snugglers are super popular and super cute. Isn't this cute? It's so adorable. So I made 2 of those so far. That's right. I also made this unicorn. Look at the mane. Isn't that beautiful? I used the Lion Brand Dreamland in the color rainbow for this because it's a unicorn. You have to use a rainbow, right? Yeah, and I gave it a pink horn instead of a yellow, but then I made the hoofs yellow. So I kind of flip-flopped the colors here because I don't know, I just thought it's cute. So we'll see. Hopefully that'll sell. Very cute unicorn. New mix that I hope will sell because I personally love them. So I have frogs. The pattern I remember is by Melly Inspire Crochet because I just bought this pattern like 4 days ago, I think. And I gave them some character. So here I have the wizard frog. And all of them have little stories attached. There. So all of them have a little story. This one's called Croculus the Wise, and his story is: deep in the enchanted swamp lives Croculus the Wise, a wizard frog with a cloak that billows dramatically and a hat that's much too small for his big froggy head. Croculus spends his days brewing magical potions, bubble, bubble, ribbit, trouble, and muttering mysterious spells to keep the swamp sparkly and safe. He may not have a wand, but with that tiny hat and flowing cloak, he's got all the magical style a frog could need. So here's Croculus the Wise. And next I have, this was so much fun to make. I have this ballerina frog, with a very poofy tutu. And I loved making this tutu. It was so much fun. I just loved making, and maybe I'll make one for myself and bigger, obviously bigger, but it was just so much fun to make. Yes, so her name is Lily Pirouette. Lily Pirouette. And her story is as follows. Meet Lily Pirouette, the only ballerina who can leap higher than a startled cricket. Her tutu is so poofy, it once got mistaken for a cotton candy at the pond fair. Lily doesn't dance on boring lily pads. She prefers the grand stage of a wobbly turtle shell. Spinning so fast, she sometimes gets dizzy and falls in with a splash. The snails give her a perfect 10 every time. That is Lily's story. Next, I have my boyfriend's favorite frog, Captain Shaky Legs. He's a pirate frog, as you can tell. His story is: Armate, meet Captain Shaky Legs, the most daring frog to ever sail the 7 ponds. With his trusty pirate hat and a patch over one eye for dramatic effect, Captain Shaky Legs commands his mighty ship, the Hoppin' Lily, in search of lost treasures and the juiciest flies. His crew of snails and tadpoles is always ready for adventure, even if their ship is really just a big floating log with a leaf for a sail. His crew of snails and tadpoles is always ready for adventure, even if their ship is really just a big floating log with a leaf for a sail. Captain Shaky Legs. Next I have this little guy. Where's his face? There's his face. And he has a little floaty. It's a duck floaty. And he has a sun hat with a little flower on it. Super cute. His story is meet Buddy the frog, who doesn't like swimming. Buddy is perfectly content lounging on soft moss, catching the occasional fly, and splashing around safely with his floaty. He might not have superpowers or royal titles, but he's the master of chill, the king of comfy naps, and proof that you don't have to be a great swimmer to have a great time sometimes. Being a great time. He might not have superpowers or royal titles, but he's the master of chill, the king of comfy naps, and proof that you don't have to be a great swimmer to have a great time. Sometimes being yourself, floating and all, is the best adventure of all. Yeah, I love this one with the floaty. So cute. And then we have the king frog, King Ribbit. He has this cloak like a king does in purple. He has his little crown. And his story is, all hail King Ribbit, the mighty king frog. Ruler of the lily pads and lord of the pond, he wears a shiny crown with pride, and sometimes a regal red cape for extra flair. King Ribbit spends his days holding court with dragonflies, hosting royal tea parties with the snails, and making sure every tadpole gets their fair share of snacks. His royal decree, more naps, more snacks, and absolutely no kissing. He's quite happy staying a frog. Thank you very much. So no kissing for King Ribbit. And that is all I have. No, I forgot one. This one's the last one I made. It's this frog with the top hat, and he has a little cane. And when I made this, he reminded me of Frank Sinatra. I mean, look at him. He reminded me of Frank Sinatra. So, meet Frankie Ribbitro, the smoothest crooner in the pond. With a snazzy top hat and stylish cane, Frankie is always ready to serenade the lily pads with classic tunes and a wink. He's got a voice that can charm the dragonflies right out of the reeds and feet that tap dance across any log. Yeah, with his little feetsies. And they're cute. I love this frog pattern so much. As I said, I'll link it down below. And I have the daddy frog. So this one is the junior one. It's smaller. And then I made one at the beginning from the Frankie senior. And I only made one of this because I kind of like the small one better. I like the small one better. So I only made one big one, and I didn't give him any kind of accessories. So I just have this big daddy frog. He's kind of sad without any accessories, isn't he? Well, I still put him out, and we'll see. Maybe he sells. Maybe someone doesn't want a special frog. Maybe someone just wants a normal frog without any accessories. Who knows? But yep, that's the last one. I'm going to show you all my froggies again because I love them so much. I had so much fun making these, and I really hope they're going to sell because I want to make other people happy with my plushies. Isn't that what it's all about? So here we go. There they all are. All the frogs. I'm back. So I wanted to tell you about the market that I had yesterday. It was the slowest one I have ever had. I think I've had like a good 10 markets by now. And at all of them, I made at least $200. At the beginning, I made $200. The first 2, 3. And then, the last one I had, like, not yesterday, but the week before, I made $650. And I sold out. So if I had more stuff, I probably would have made more money. But anyway. So yesterday, I only made $140 in 3 hours. The market was from 11 to 2 on a Sunday, and I only made $140 because there was barely anyone there. There did barely any advertisement. I think it was empty. We were maybe 15 booths, barely anyone there. It was empty. It was if you hear my cat, this is Monsieur Mozart. This is Monsieur Mozart, who doesn't like being picked up. Say hi, Mosimo. Okay. But you might hear him meow. So yeah, anyway, only $140. It was so hot. I live in Florida, so it was so hot. I had a heat stroke. I got home. I was sweated through completely. I was so overheated. I just needed a nap right away. So I slept for like 3 hours after the market. I was home at like 3. I woke up at 6 or so. Yeah, it was not worth it. I mean, there was no booth fee, so that was the good thing. So the whole $140 were actually profit, but it wasn't worth it. It really wasn't. Anyway, so I have a custom order that I have to finish, and she wants little frog keychains, and I looked at patterns and I found one on Etsy, which I will also link down below. Or I can put in a picture right here what they're going to look like, because I'm going to take you along making them with me. So anyway, I went to Michael's. Where is it? Michael's. Because I saw on Instagram that they have the Posh Pearl, which is like the Big Twist Posh, and then they also have the Cozy Cub, I think it's called, right? Cozy Cub, which is like the baby bear. So I went ahead and I got 2 of the Cozy Cub. I got this color. This color is called Olive, and it's super soft. It's so soft. I love it. So glad that Michael's has this now, because for the keychains it's going to be perfect. And then I also got this green, because I wasn't sure yet which green she wants for the frogs. So I got this green, and this one is just called green. You don't say. So yeah, this is green, and it's just so soft. I'm glad to have it. Okay, well, I got these 2, and let's make some for keychains, shall we? Safety eyes. I like to put some stickers on my stuff, so I put a little Clefairy on here, and this is a, what's it called in English? Caterpie? I don't remember. Tell me in the comments what this Pokemon is called in English. I always forget. And yes, you can't, because I'm one of those people who have to learn how to say no. I'm really bad at it. So anyway, This is my little black safety eyes box, and let's see, in the pattern it says 5mm, but oh, it's way too small. I don't think I have 5mm. I only have 10. I think this is 10. Is this a good size? Let's try a different size too. Smaller or bigger? Maybe I do want bigger. I think these are 10mm, so 1 centimeter. Yeah, I like that. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Just gonna get it closed. Come on. There we go. Number 1. And come on. Number 2. All right. There we go. Close this little box. Put that aside. Mr. Schmooze Moose. Hi, Muzzy Mo. I have lots of nicknames for my cat. Well, his name is actually Monsieur Mozart, but I call him Mosey, Momo, Schmooze, Schmooze Moose, Muzzy Mo. Lots of names. Lots of names for the little cat, right, Muzzy Mo? Yeah. You can see his little tootsies right there. Okay. You're distracting me, Monsieur Mozart. You're distracting your mother. Or are you coming for the quality inspection? Yeah? Quality inspection? welcome back. So the last few days I made a few more things that I just wanted to show you real quick and then wrap up this video. So the frocks that I made for the customer, I made one in each green that I showed you. I made this one in just the color green, and they pop up and down. And I made this one in olive. I personally like the olive better. So here are the two frocks that I made. Turns out that either green is not the right green. So I had to order emerald green from Premier Yarns, and I hope that is the right green because she wants these for her business, and the business color is like this emeraldish green. So once my yarn comes in, because I ordered more than just the emerald green, so once my yarn comes in, I'm going to show you my whole haul because I love yarn. Of course I did, right? Yarn is life. So these two. And I found this really cute pattern on Etsy by accident, actually. It's these little star snuggers. Isn't that cute? So adorable. And I made them baby safe. So it looks like the star is sleeping. I made two of these. And they're so adorable. So yeah. That's all I've been making the last few days. Not very much because we are moving. Actually today, later today, and then tomorrow. So I just, was busy getting ready for moving. Let me know in the comments which one of my crochet items was your favorite. What you think is gonna sell at markets. What I should make more of. Just let me know. Tell me in the comments what you have to say. Would love to chat with you guys, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.